Okay, in this video, I want to share how I pack a sphere. Um, Now, this sphere is not being shipped to somebody; it's being hand delivered to the person that's purchasing it. But if I was going to ship it, there would be some variations, but for the most part, this is the same way. So basically, I of course have a box, and I put shipping tape over the top. Now, the way I do the shipping tape is such that it can be reused over and over and over, because I put shipping tape here, shipping tape here. I wrap it around on the inside, and I have shipping tape down here, so that I can basically reuse this tape after it's shipped. Now, being that this would be, if this was actually going to be shipped, after I put this tape on here and had it here, I would put shipping paper over the top of it and tape that up, so that this could be reused. So once I have the shipping tape on there, so I'm just essentially reverse engineering it. So I basically have a box that I wrap in styrofoam. This is wrapped in 2 inches of styrofoam. And I have a lid that's styrofoam. And I have this lip on here, which is essentially duct tape, so that I can pull this top part off. So I pull this top part off, and I have material, because I typically always wrap the sphere in some type of material. If it's going to be touching anything, I want it touching cloth. But this is countersunk, so it absorbs into the top, and it's set up so that it will lock the sphere into place. Now, being that I'm hand delivering this is done a little bit differently. If I was shipping this, I would wrap the sphere in cloth, and I would wrap it in bubble wrap, in addition to what you see right now. But being that I'm hand delivering it, there's no necessity to do that. So I'll take the sphere out, set it down. So here's what it looks like on the inside. So where it's touching the sphere, there's cloth. Now this is countersunk as well, to absorb the sphere. Then I have the ring base. The ring base is inserted in a countersunk slot as well, so that it doesn't bounce around in there. And I have the ring base in here. So it's wrapped in, and when I say wrapped, it's a way that, being I was in concrete, we used to make forms for a box. We would wrap it. So it's basically 2 inches shy of the whole length. That way they're locking each piece in place. Now on the bottom, I have actually have 4 inches, and that's of styrofoam. But that's because the size of the box. And so then I'll put everything back in, put the sphere back in. So I have everything in here, and this will go in and sit and countersink over the top of that sphere, so it's keeping the sphere from bouncing around. Again, if I was shipping it, that would be the sphere would be wrapped in cloth and then wrapped in bubble wrap, so that it wouldn't even, there'd be no chance of it bouncing around. And I essentially put this back together like this, and being that I've got the tape set up the way it is, I can essentially reuse the tape over and over and over. And it's just a nice way to, for instance, if a person that purchased it was getting ready to move, they'd have a place to put it where it'd be secured. Because to me, the spheres that I create, I spend so much time on them. To have anything less would be a shame, because as far as I'm concerned, these aren't just spheres. As far as I'm concerned, they're a collection item. There's not a whole lot of people that build these spheres, and they have a commitment to doing these, and goes to the extent, and that's part of what I kind of laugh about it, because I think there are a lot of people that wouldn't go to the extent that I do. And it's just part of my personality and who I am. But there is no part of this process that shouldn't be fully respected. And I get caught up into all elements of the ceramics, from my workstations to how it's packed, to how I interact with the customer, every piece I do is journal. So, you know, I don't know, maybe in 200 years I'll be on the Antique Roadshow, you know, and somebody will bring one of the spheres in, and there will be documented records of my journals, because every sphere I do is numbered, it's dated, it's journaled. So there's journal entries, there's photo journal entries, and there's written journal entries from the day that it's created, telling me the type of clay, what it was fired at, what kind of glazes I used, what the dimensions were, and I'll even go into the extent of maybe I had issues or problems with one. But every step in the process of my creation, from the beginning to the end, is significant to me. And so I hope this helps anybody that's wondered how, you know, they would ship their work. And I mean, personally, I think you could probably drop this from 30 feet in the air, if not higher, and it probably wouldn't do any damage to the sphere. So yeah, I get a bit carried away. So everybody take care.